Hey, I got a free motor. My dad went electric on a sailboat, so he gave me this Nissan 4-stroke 6 horsepower outboard. Now, I don't know about you, but a lot of times when I get something free like this, I end up making it more of a project that costs more than if I just bought something specific. So I want to show you what I plan to do with this 6 horsepower motor and what we're going to do to it to make it work better for me. Yep, you guessed it. You get a free outboard, you end up buying a boat. So what I did is I bought this 8-foot inflatable dinghy. Got a good deal on Facebook Marketplace. I've always kind of wanted one of these. They're a really nice stable platform. Great to take out quick. They roll up into a really nice compact size. So when I'm out and about and want to carry a boat with me in a smaller vehicle, carry something in a camper, carry a boat inside of another boat, this boat fits. So it's the perfect size. This can handle up to a 9.9 horsepower outboard. We have a 6. I've had it out. We've had this boat for almost a year now, but it's just never quite worked right. With the 6 horsepower outboard, we can get up to about 6 miles an hour. Every once in a while, out of some sort of fluke, it'll get up on a plane and you'll go 14. I like 14 a lot better than 6, so I want to find a way to make it so that this can get up on plane easier. I've been doing a lot of research. It appears that I need more lift in the rear. So you could either get trim tabs for these, kind of seems a little fancy for an inflatable boat, or you can put a hydrofoil on your outboard, which provides more lift in the rear and holds the front down. Right now it just plows through the water and never gets up on top of it. Unless I sit way up front and in just the right place. So I'm going to take you to the motor and show you what I think we can do to fix our plowing situation and get our 8-foot dinghy up on plane with a 6 horse outboard. So this is the cavitation plate that's currently came with the 6 horsepower outboard. It's pretty small and it's a small area here. So a really common way to fix my planing issue is to buy a hydrofoil that just bolts on. Some people are afraid of drilling. I'm above and beyond that. Not my first holes I've drilled in something in my life. So I bought one of those. I got this plastic one. It was a cheap one from Walmart. I guarantee it would work. Unfortunately, with the cavitation plate this small, it is really hard to get it to bolt on there and have enough meat to drill through and bolt it onto. It also assumes it's going to be much thicker than this very thin cavitation plate. Larger outboard, no problem, but it says it's good down to a 4 horsepower. I don't see how you're going to fit it on there. So I even tried to shave this down, make this smaller so it would go here. I was able to get this side mounted and it actually looked all right, but I messed up the other side. So we're going to go a different way from kind of playing around with what I've looked at, the different designs online. Okay, so for the small cavitation plate, what I've decided to do is to make my own flat style out of a flat piece of aluminum, very similar to a company out of New Zealand. They make it's just a flat cavitation plate extender. They don't really call it a hydrofoil. It claims it still provides lift being flat. I'm not exactly sure on if it just stops air from coming into the prop or if it really is providing lift in the back, but it does the same job as the hydrofoils you sell. They sell where it has the hydrofoil shape. This one's just flat. So we were camping up in Newaygo and we came across this no swimming suit after dark sign. So we got this nudist sign for free from a little store right by the Hardy Dam there. They were giving away a lot of stuff they couldn't sell. So I picked up this sign mostly because it's a piece of aluminum. I don't know, it's probably 3/16 thick, something like that. So it's gonna work perfect for this. So what I did is I went and I took this bottom foot off because I was changing the impeller in this. It turns out it's supposed to have a telltale. So I took that off and I took a photo from the top here of this cavitation plate. And then I put it into Fusion 360 in CAD and drew a drawing of this exact shape. So then I was able to print that off in a 1-to-1 scale. So I just printed off the cutout here. I can't fit the whole cavitation plate on my printer. But so then I went and cut that out, and that'll just sit right on there like that. And we'll use our same holes we were using before, mark them from the bottom and go ahead and drill them. So that'll give us a nice fit right around that motor. So this will go right on there. We're then gonna bend 2 inches on either side, bend it over. So that'll give it some nice strength front to back, and bolt that on. I don't know if this is gonna be too long. It seems excessive to me, but we're gonna leave it long to start. And then if we see some sort of downside or some reason to try it, we'll try to cut some off. I can't add any back on though, so I gotta be careful when I cut it off. Okay, so on my great work surface here, I actually have a really nice shop with some good workspaces, but unfortunately those have some other projects on them at the moment. One of my things of doing this documentation I'm doing here is I want to try to hold myself a little more accountable and get some of this stuff done. So what I'm going to do is I trace the cutout onto this plate. I need to cut all the line off, so I traced it over it. Traced it over it there. So I'll cut on the inside of this line, remove all the black, and then I should have a good fit there. So this kind of work isn't exactly my specialty. I do my own, I hold my own, but I'm no fine craftsman on some of this stuff. So I'm gonna try my best here, and hopefully this comes out all right. We'll see how it cuts tonight. All right, so here's the moment of truth. Can we still read our nudist sign? Read, no, but fits pretty good. Just gotta, I think I actually wanna cut a little right here. There's this slight ridge that kind of holds it up. So I wanna cut a little more there. Then it should tuck in pretty well. Okay, so we have our panel all cut out for the hydrofoil. We measured 2 inches on either side that we're gonna bend down. Yeah, we'll bend it down, so we'll have the clean aluminum on the top side. I don't have a brake, which would be perfect for this, so I took 2 pieces of MDF, I clamped them together right on my line or close to it, and then I'm gonna see if I can hammer it over and hopefully get some kind of a bend. Some radius would be nice, tight would be fine as well. So we're gonna just try to hammer this out and see what it looks like. I'm on top of a plastic trash can, so let's just hope for the best here. All right, let's take this out of here and see what this bend looks like. not too bad. Flat, radius, 2 inches. I think it looks pretty good. I now need to find a narrower board so I can get this in there. We'll just do the same to the other side. Then we'll have our hydrofoil complete. Okay, been a while since I ran a hammer like that, but as you can see, we were able to get the 2 sides bent up. Everything looks pretty good. So this will sit right here. I think I'm gonna trim these front back. We'll just bolt this right on there and then decide where to trim here. I'm gonna cut this down, it's too long. So I'm gonna try to figure that out. Got it cut and fit. I think it turned out pretty good. I cut it a bit behind the prop, figuring that can't have much impact on it. So I didn't measure anything, kind of eyeballed that. I think it looks pretty good. It's nice and sturdy, very stable for it being a sign. It does seem a little closer to the prop than I would have thought, but actually on camera it looks pretty good. So hoping that just directs the water and gets the inflatable right up on plane. Next video, I'm gonna mount this onto the boat and then we're gonna take it on the water and see if it planes easier than without this hydrofoil. That was designed with no science. So just kind of copying a design. We'll see if you can easily build a hydrofoil out of a pervert sign. So stay tuned for the next video.